Is Trump in trouble, or is it just a bunch of monkey business? Welcome aboard. All right, so Jeremy, you didn't know about this story till you came over here today.
I have officially been at a mountain bike race all day. I have no idea.
Okay, so here's what happened. The Trump administration on one of the accounts, I think it's Trump's True Social, put out a post up there. It was up for 12 hours, and it was mostly about the 2020 election and how Trump thought it was stolen. But at the very, very end, they had a shot from a completely different video of the Obamas. Have you seen? Now,
so just so I can wrap my head around it, they had a post about this, and then there was a screenshot of some clip.
It was the opening scene of a completely different clip.
Okay.
They took a clip of it, a picture of it, and just put it right at the end.
So kind of like that rescuers scene from the Disney movie. Oh, I can't be the only one in the room that doesn't know that, that knows that. There was a intimate man and woman scene in the window of one of the buildings during the Rescuers movie.
Okay.
From Disney. And Disney's famous for this. They sneak little quote unquote adult Easter eggs in.
Yeah.
And so are we saying it was just a clip somebody threw into the back to be shock value and hoped that it wouldn't get caught?
You know, I actually think a staffer put it up. I don't think Trump, I think he had seen it.
Trump doesn't do this crap.
He had seen it, but he said he didn't see the end. He didn't see that picture. They pulled it down. I have a feeling it was a staffer. And we all know that, there are people embedded that don't like Trump that will do something to mess him over.
To be fair, I think I'm one of the only 8 people in the world that read his Crippled America book. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that it said in that book, or he said personally in that book, was that he uses... There is no bad press, basically. Mm-hmm. He uses that shock value to create things. So I would look at him and think he might have known it was there and said, "Yeah, throw it up for a little while. Let's see what kind of storm we can stir up."
Okay, well, this is from AP. Trump's racist post about Obama's deleted after backlash, despite White House earlier defending it. So let me show you the actual picture. So this is the picture. It's bad.
It's a bridge too far.
It's bad.
It's a bridge too far.
It is.
I don't think I could swing from tree to tree with it. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Couldn't help it.
Is Obama's getting a little gray? Is Barack Obama getting a little gray?
Maybe just on his back.
Gray back. Okay, thank you, YouTube, for hosting us. There goes that. But
how's that song go? If you need somebody to take a joke too far.
So anyways, this scene actually is from a completely other video, which shows a bunch of Democrats as animals. They have Whoopi Goldberg as a warthog. They have a bunch of other people. Yeah. Okay. And so at the very end, they have Trump coming in as the Lion King. So that's where this comes from. I'm going to be honest. I love Trump, but this was a little too far. You know what this makes me think? I'm sorry. The Democrats, absolute fake outrage. Absolute fake outrage. And I want to point out some things that the Democrats have done. Go ahead and say what you want to say.
Wasn't it Hillary that when it was Benghazi, when they attacked Benghazi, wasn't it Hillary that blamed it on some YouTube video they found?
I don't remember that.
I remember all right. That. And so they do this crap all the time.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just going to bring up a slightly well-known Democrat right off the bat. We'll get to Ilhan Omar and her "Show me the Benjamins" tweets.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, and she was talking about Jews and using that racial slur that we are all Jews are for money. I won't bring up Jesse Jackson's. I don't know if you remember when he was running for president, he called New York Town, which is a racial slur against Jews. Let's go over to our favorite guy, Joe Biden, I don't know if you remember this. That's Charlemagne. He thinks he's the god. So I'm just going to call him Charlemagne. I want to play this clip of Biden just a little bit from now. Oh, let's move it over. Hang on a second. There we go. All right. Because I want Biden to be able to be seen. All right. I'm going to show you a little clip of Joe Biden on Charlemagne the God. Ready?
All right. Okay.
More questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
I remember that, actually. I didn't realize that's who he was talking to.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That, to me, is worse than that. That comment, because basically he's saying, we Democrats, we owned you. And by the way,
that's true.
We Democrats now, we own you. I mean, that's just my thought. What do you think?
That is true. Absolutely. There were more Democrats that owned slaves than Republicans. In fact, it's documented that I think most of the Republicans were the ones that were actually paying their quote unquote slaves, and the slaves could buy themselves out of slavery with that money.
Well, actually, by 1861, the eve of the Civil War, and they've documented this, not a single Republican owned a slave. Not one that they've ever been able to find in the country. Now, some people will say Ulysses S. Grant owned some slaves. Well, he did inherit them. He did let them go. And when he owned them, he was a Democrat.
Yeah. But I do remember there was a big thing about the paying. That a lot of the Republicans felt that they should be able to buy themselves out.
Yeah, that was one philosophy. Some just let them go.
Yeah,
but,
of course,
the whole Republican Party started as an anti-slavery party. Let's check out this other Joe Biden clip. I mean,
and to think that I would be one day on the floor of the United States Senate being paid such accolades by such a man of character and courage as John Stennis.
Do you know who John Stennis is?
He was comes to mind, but I can't remember why.
He was a segregationist, a complete racist guy.
Yeah.
And Joe Biden was honoring him. Now, also, do you know who Joe Biden was really close with and really liked a lot?
Who?
Senator Robert Byrd, Democrat, who was not only in the KKK, he was a grand cyclops in the KKK, and he and Bill Clinton said, oh, he's a great guy.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay. I think that, calling a guy in the KKK great, much worse than that split second of,
Fun fact, do you know why the KKK kind of lost its steam?
Superman.
Yes, it was. It was Superman.
It was Superman.
Yeah, they gave all their special codes away on the radio on a Superman episode, and it made them feel like they were just a kid's show thing.
Yeah, it made them look like idiots.
Yeah.
Which they pretty much are.
Well, they are.
If you like what we're doing, reach on down, hit like, hit subscribe, and comment below. All right, we'll leave it
I'm going to say it right now. Or don't. And I'm okay with it either way. Yeah.
All right, here's another Joe Biden. I like this one.
The culture. Our culture. Our culture. It's not imported from some African nation or some Asian nation.
Oh. Ow. By the way, do we have African culture mixed in with American culture? Yeah, we do. Where do you think the blues comes from?
Yep.
Rap can trace its roots back to African culture.
Strawberry Alarm Clock. I can never say that straight. Actually cited, I can't remember, it was some area of Africa where they actually got their rhythm, their ideas for how to set up the beat and everything.
Yeah, I remember hearing something about that, but that's not something I really ever focused on.
Strawberry Alarm Clock was the first quote-unquote rap band we ever had.
Let's go to another one. Here we go. Oh, this one's classic.
In Delaware, the largest growth in population is Indian Americans moving from India. You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent.
Wow. That's bad. No offense.
Okay,
that's
blatant racism on Joe Biden's part. Democrats didn't scream about it. They just said, oh, that's Joe being Joe. But they're offended by a split-second image in a Donald Trump on Truth Social. Really? I mean, come on.
Are Democrats really, really upset by The Simpsons? In fact, I'd like to ask, are more Democrats watching The Simpsons?
I don't know.
Because you have, I famously have not watched The Simpsons very much in my life, but you have, I want to say his name's Habib, but I don't think that's correct, but it could be. Apu, that's what it is, Apu.
Yeah, they took him off the show.
Did they?
They took him off.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it became a big deal. They're like, oh, yeah, okay, you know. And I'm like, why can't you have a guy from India?
20 years, the 20 years, the guy owned the Quickie Mart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The left and their fake outrage.
Yeah.
They're only outraged because it's Trump. And really, I very much doubt he's sitting there controlling his Truth Social account.
No.
Okay, here we go. Here's another Joe Biden. Oh, this is a classic.
We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Well, did he? Wait a minute. Did I hear that right? Can you play that one back?
You want that one
got to
back?
go back a bit.
That one? Okay, all right.
It's got to be.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Oh my God! I thought he said bright at first, and I was like, okay,
just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Wow! And let's face it.
So white people.
We all know it's the Asians.
White people are not. Where's he at? Take a look on the screen.
Latino.
He's at the Asian Latino Coalition PAC when he's saying this. And like white people aren't poor. I'm sorry, there are a lot of poor white people.
Yeah.
Okay. Any race can be poor.
Absolutely.
And they excuse this. The Democrats were not outraged over this, but now they fake outrage over this situation with Trump, going, "Oh my God." But I think I have one more Biden. Here we go.
With just over 2 months to go before the midterm elections, President Biden had a new attack on Republicans during a fundraiser last night. The president said, quote, "What we're seeing now is the beginning or the death knell of an extreme MAGA philosophy. It's not just Trump. It's the entire philosophy that underpins the," I'm going to say something, "it's like semi-fascism."
You want to feign outrage about a picture that, okay, yeah, really was inappropriate, but then you're going to turn around and call whole swaths, including me, a Jew, and call me a semi-fascist. You've been calling Trump supporters fascists and racists and all sorts of horrible things. Hillary Clinton said we should be put into, what do they call those camps? Re-education camps.
Yep, that's right. She absolutely did.
I'm sorry.
And we were deplorable.
That is more offensive than anything I've seen so far on our show today.
And what about the Kathy Griffith? Yeah, where she showed a elected president at that time head in her hand.
Oh yeah, she had.
And I mean, that is absolutely considered a death threat. Nobody said anything.
I mean, no, the government went in. The government went in.
Well, only because the Republicans.
Well, yeah. I mean, I am sorry. Do not give me your fake outrage on the left.
No.
You know what? The left sickens me with their fake outrage. Okay. Talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
Talk about calling people Nazis and trying to unalive a president, not once, but at least twice, and maybe even there might have been a third attempt that got thwarted.
Yep.
I don't want to hear it, people on the left. Oh, but here we go. Here's Joe Biden yet again.
I think that's a good instinct, but for simple, pragmatic reasons. If we don't, they will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now.
Oh, he was talking about black people then. Calling black people predators. And Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton called black people super predators. I forgot about that. I didn't pull one up. But they called black people super predators. And now you hold them up as the classy people.
Yep.
Don't want to hear it with your fake outrage.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. One of my favorite anti-Semites.
Oh, I've seen this one. Yep.
Do you know what this one is?
Well, I think we had it on a show once before.
Well, I think we did.
CAIR was founded after 9/11.
That is not true. That is false.
Yep.
Because they recognize that some people did something.
Some people did something. Some people did something that, I don't know, those some people are from a certain belief group.
Yeah.
And they flew planes into buildings in the name of their belief. Yeah, but there's some people who did something that is so offensive, and they defend this anti-Semite who turned around and screamed, "Follow the Benjamins," talking about Jewish influence in politics.
Yeah,
you know, racist. Oh, here's a great one. Do you know who this guy is?
I do not.
Let me pull it up.
Yeah,
this is Mandani.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is the new mayor of New York.
Now that you said it, I recognize him. Yep.
All right. I'm sorry. Calling people fascists, that is disgusting.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Mayor will use their power to reject Donald Trump's fascism.
That is what's causing the violence in the United States today. It is not a lame picture.
Yep. Now, hold on. For everyone out there, as the history teacher, as the government person, can you explain fascism?
I'll make it really quick because we've done this before.
Yep.
There's a guy named Giovanni Gentile and a guy named Benito Mussolini. Mussolini worked for a newspaper called Avante. He was a devout communist. And Giovanni Gentile looked at Russia and said, communism's not working. We need socialism to work. Socialism is the first step to communism. And he said, okay, well, in World War I, German workers fought for Germany, English workers fought for England, et cetera, et cetera. We don't need a global socialism, which is communism. Communism is global socialism.
Yep.
We need a national socialism. And they changed things to make it work. Like in communism, the state owns the factories, the means of production.
Yes.
In fascism, they said, okay, eventually we're going to have that. Eventually we'll get rid of the state and have socialism, but we need a national version of this. You can have a private business as long as you do what the government says. And it became famous with the phrase, everything within the state, nothing outside the state. So if you look at fascism, some of their goals, universal health care.
Yep.
Free education all the way through college. There is, if you look at Hitler's 25 points, a good 70% of it sounds like the Democrat Party platform today.
Yep.
So it was an attempt to make communism work.
So we would agree that fascism really is communism with a sprinkling of capitalism.
Yes.
So kind of like China.
You know, I've really been coming to the point where I'm saying that China is really not communist anymore. It's fascist.
Yeah, it's not communist because they realized they couldn't keep communism going until they brought in, and famously Briggs and Stratton was the first major company to come in that wholly held itself to capitalism, but gave basically its money and its patents to China.
Yeah.
And so I guess we could say that Briggs and Stratton kind of brought in fascism at that sense. But at that point, that's kind of what China is more of a fascist country in that sense.
Absolutely. And to the people who are saying, oh, well, what about the racist stuff of fascism? Actually, if you go to Italy, a lot of the early supporters of fascism were Jews, and Mussolini, except for a very short time, did not hand over his Jews to Hitler. Hitler brought in the Jewish racism stuff.
I remember
that is not necessarily part of fascism.
I remember
which is a horrible system.
Yeah, to the Museum of Tolerance, and they talked about that a little bit. That Hitler really is the one who pushed the Jewish problem, and that kind of spread to everybody else because Hitler was like, "You either join me or we'll take over you also."
What is this one? Well, let's just play. Oh, Mayor of Chicago, I think.
Having said that, I've said from the very beginning, I mean, the man was first elected. I have talked about the fact that the Nazis in Germany in the 30s tore down a constitutional republic in just 53 days.
Which political party locked this country down solid and kept it locked down and forced you to take an experimental vaccine?
Hold on. Wait a minute. It's a true-false question. I got like a 50-50 shot.
Go for it.
Democrats?
You are absolutely correct. It was the Democrats who locked this country down. It was the Democrats. Now, technically, did they force you to take a shot? No, but they turned to companies and said, you know what? We really need you to have your people do this.
Hold on. As a person who has to take those stupid HR video tests every year for their employment, I could definitely argue that I was unduly coerced and created a hostile work environment because I didn't take those vaccinations. I was ostracized. I had to submit to special testing that was public. I could actually, if it wasn't for the fact that you can't get any government traction, I could actually argue that I was actually discriminated against because I didn't take those shots.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So if anybody's for authoritarianism, I'm sorry, it's the Democrat. This video,
all animals are equal?
Some animals are more equal.
There you go.
I would love to play this video. In 1985, it's a hearing. Joe Biden says the N-word out loud twice. We're not going to play that video. What? You're just going to have to believe me.
C-SPAN.
It is.
Can we at least pull it up so they can find it themselves?
Sure. Here we go.
There we go.
1985 hearing. Joe Biden says the N-word out loud twice. Twice.
Yeah.
And the final thing. Oh, you'll love this.
Sadly, so many of those extremists, those MAGA extremists, take their marching orders from Donald Trump. And when do they break with him? You know, because at some point, you know, maybe there needs to be a formal deprogramming of the cult members, but something.
She wants to have deprogramming. What other political systems? There's two of them I can think of. Put people into re-education camps.
I can guarantee communism because of the road of bones.
And the other one, its sister, the other side of the coin, fascism.
Fascism, yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm sorry. I don't want to hear the left's moral outrage over, yes, this went too far. Oh, let me pull it down.
It was, I mean, I've got to be honest, it's a bridge too far. I don't see the humor in it. I don't see the humor in it.
And I think it was a staffer, who knows, even if Trump knew.
Well, to be honest, I watched the whole stupid video too.
You did. I showed it to you.
Yeah, you showed it to me. And I didn't see the humor in any of it, to be honest with you. But, you know.
Yeah, I mean, humor's in the eye of the beholder.
It was in bad taste.
It is a bridge too far. But spare me your outrage when you're calling Republicans fascists.
Yep.
You're calling them Nazis. You're calling them pedophiles. I mean, you're absolutely sick and disgusting.
And with that, we'll see you at the next stop.
If you like what we're doing, reach on down, hit like, hit subscribe, and comment below. All right, we'll leave
I'm going to say it right now. Or don't. And I'm okay with it either way.